Hi, I'm Bob Batcher, Executive Director for Prime Plus Senior Centers, and this is Prime Time with Bob, and I'm with a guy who is always on Prime Time. You are looking sharp in that suit.
I just get better looking every time I meet with you, don't I?
I know it. The big kahuna from Senior Services, and I got to say, you've not let the reality of the naysayers of COVID get to you at all. You have been sharp, you've been on the money, and Senior Services has not given up a lick. You've provided services for seniors throughout the whole time, right?
We have, and we've tried to make it clear to the community that we are available to them. We have services that we bring out to the homes, and that if older adults need assistance, they can call on us.
Okay, now before you get too serious, do you have the entire suit on?
What? Of course.
All right. Okay, but you know what you just did? You just exposed that you're not all about conference rooms.
Yeah, this is my conference room. I'm a virtual reality now. It's the world we live in, Bob. We live in a world of virtual reality.
So I should keep my Disney's Plus because you're coming on as a Avenger?
That's right. I'll be there.
Okay, do you remember the first time we did this? It was a year ago, and I hit record on Zoom, and we pretended we knew what we were doing, but man, we didn't.
Yeah, we're going to pretend today like we do again.
I know it. I've always been saying I'm 2 inches below being above my head on technology. But because we use it every day, we can kind of fake our way through. But now let's get serious. We're talking to the people who know someone that this is Disney. This is weird stuff. They don't want to get to know it, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's interesting.
So do we just say that's it?
The thing about it, Bob, is what a lot of older adults don't realize is technology's changed, that this is the new telephone. Mm-hmm. And it's become simple enough that it's almost the same as learning how to use the phone. If you had never used the telephone before, but you knew numbers and you were able to dial those numbers, you can get that. And what older adults need to understand now is you can get the technology because it's been simplified for you.
Right. Our operations manager at Prime Plus is younger than us. And we were talking about the technology over the last several generations. You and I, well, me, I'll talk about me because you're a lot younger than me. I went to school and it cost me $43 to buy that calculator, pocket calculator, which was big. And we really weren't allowed to use it because you were cheating if you did. That was technology. And then we kind of learned how we went when we got in the workforce. The kids to her generation went through school learning the computer and the school. And now the kids are born with it in their heads. So we say now to a 70-year-old, just go to this link and you'll be there. So when you hear go to this link, what do you think of?
So I'm going to go to the golf course.
Exactly. Or the watch. It's the link in the watch. So what recommendations do you have for a senior who thinks that the laptop their grandson gave him is a good coffee tray?
Well, first, be open to new conversations, right? Because sometimes our old perceptions have changed. Just like I mentioned, technology's changed. It's so simple now. Mm-hmm. You can certainly get super complex if you want to, but in order to just engage with the technology and use it for the purposes of the day-to-day interactions and information, super simple. And I'll keep going back to the telephone. If you're an older adult and you can use a telephone, you can use the technology. You just need a little bit of assistance to get you started. And then you're going to see a new world open up in front of you where you can rebuild relationships, where you can make contact with healthcare providers, and where you can get information that you never had available to you before in a very easy way.
Okay, let me hit you with a problem. You were just very eloquent, but the person you were talking to doesn't know how to watch this. And that's when you and I talked a year ago. It's been over a year. where we said, look, our programs are down. You went from congregate meals to that word pivoted to serving meals at home. And you saw, and we saw with our membership, that people were becoming disconnected. We've got to do something. So the first thing we did was pick up a phone and call Westminster Canterbury with Birdsong. And that wasn't good enough. We had our first Zoom meeting, right? And so we take it for granted, but let's switch and talk to the person who can watch this. What kind of, who they're able to maybe coach some people? Because I know I went to my daughter after that meeting and said, I don't care what you do, but I'm going to do a FaceTime Live. I'm motivated to do it. And it was a major hurdle for me. And we've been on ever since. So what would you say to that person who's watching this saying, God, I wish they would do my aunt and take care of her because I'm up to here trying to teach her? That's kind of what this program's about, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to talk about the HealthWise project. And I think if we start at the beginning and talk about the group that came together to help make this happen, and it's a super interesting group because we're all diverse organizations that do a little bit of something different, but we're all concerned with older adults in our community. So we have Westminster Canterbury on the Chesapeake Bay as a partner in this project. We've got Eastern Virginia Medical School, of course, Prime Plus Senior Centers and Senior Services of Southeastern Virginia, and we have the Birdsong Foundation as well. And all of these organizations have recognized that by utilizing simple technology, older adults can live healthy, active, and engaged lives, right? And one of the things that we look at all the time, I know both from Prime Plus's perspective and our perspective, is how do we keep older adults from becoming isolated?
Right.
Even before COVID, how do we keep them from becoming isolated and cubbying in their own home? Because we know that is a detriment to the ongoing health of that older adult. And now through COVID, we recognize that technology can be a major influencer in helping our older adults remain healthy and active. Super important. And all these organizations had the same vision in their heads, looking out at the communities that they serve, and they all recognized and said, technology is important right now. And if all those organizations have that perspective, there's something to it.
Right. And things are moving and improving quicker than we can keep up with. When you want to know what time it is, Steve, what do you go to?
Now I go to my phone.
Yeah. So what do you have a watch on?
I don't. About 3 months ago, I took my watch off. I said, I'm just going to use my phone now. I never thought I would do that, but I did.
Yeah. And see, I've got an analog watch because my kids gave it to me for Christmas. It's a keepsake. But prior to that, I had a digital watch. And yeah, you're right. Most of the time I go to my phone to find out what day of the week. Well, first thing, I go to my pillbox in the morning and it tells me that it's Tuesday. And then I go to my phone to find out which Tuesday. That's kind of how COVID works. But technology is part of our lives if we want it or not. Yeah. And so to sit there and say, I don't need it. Well, what we're discovered during COVID, that the organizations that make decisions that impact our lives are switching to technology too. And subtly, you look at the communications about vaccinations. At some point in time, you had to plug in to technology to make an appointment. You can't just show up. And so if you're going to be a resilient human being in a resilient world, you got to do it. So we're kind of like the two dads telling the kids, our seniors, get on board, right?
Right.
So how are you making that happen though?
Well, okay. First, it's a really interesting conversation, the whole conversation about resiliency, right? Because we're all about how do we help our older adults stay in the community they want to be in the housing they want to be in for as long as possible. And if you're an older adult and you're thinking those things, how can I stay in my home longer? How can I downsize to where I want to be? Technology can assist you in staying in those places and helping you remain active right where you are.
Yeah.
So you really need to step into that.
So yeah, so if somebody has that stepmother or grandmother that's fighting technology, am I hearing through the lines, you're willing to take that person on and teach them technology?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the way the HealthWise program works, first off, it's free to older adults 60 and over. You do not have to have any experience with technology to participate. And what we want to do is we want to team a coach with you that's not some super tech savvy person who's going to speak a language you don't understand. It's going to be like you and me sitting down with somebody and saying, "Oh, you know what? You want to talk to and see your new grandson that you can't get out to see right now because of COVID? We can help you make that happen." Right? Or maybe your doctor has been contacting you saying, "Look, we can't take people into our offices right now. We want to do a well check with you over your computer or telephone." That's where the coaches come into play, and they customize the training to help you do the things that are important to you. So this isn't some, let's learn this programming language or let's do this abstract thing. It's really, Bob, what do you need? What do you need to do to help you stay healthy, active, and engaged?
Mm-hmm.
And let us put the technology in front of you in a way that you can understand at the press of a button, just like a phone. I want to talk to my sister. I press this button, it connects me with my sister. And all of a sudden, I'm not only talking to her, I'm seeing her, and we're having a real life person-to-person interaction. So the technology is so good, so easy, and we will put coaches with you to be able to walk you through so that you can get used to using the technology that's important to you.
Okay, so do you have a pen and a paper? It's Mrs. Batcher. Because I've tried. I'll give you her phone number after. But it's that simple, right?
It is that simple. You call, you register, we will assign a coach to you, and then it becomes a friendship. You become friends with the coach. They understand your needs. They're helping you. You have someone to call if you trying to do it without the coach right next to you or over the phone or internet, and you have someone that you can reach out to and go, "I'm trying to connect with my doctor, and all I get is a blank screen."
Right.
And they'll help you. And after you do it 2 or 3 times, it becomes second nature to you.
So I haven't been asked to be a coach.
That's a problem.
I won't take that personally. But I do know that if I go up here, it says exit record. But it's really simple, and it's a matter if you do have that loved one that is, and we're not necessarily talking about 80-year-old loved ones. I mean, we're talking about people who haven't been in the workforce. And a little over a year ago, we didn't know about the Zoom thing. And so the simplest thing can trick us up. So if you've got a senior, a post-career person, somebody over 60 who needs help, there's a network of people out there that really want to be able to connect. And just get your vaccination and go see your grandkids, or in my case, my granddog. We're going to go see our granddog because we've been vaccinated, and I FaceTime my kids all the time. It got us through COVID to be able to do that.
And I'm going to tell you, Bob, we're looking out. This is our business, right? We look and we try to find ways to assist older adults. And I'm going to tell every older adult that's watching this right now, this is not just COVID related.
No.
This is now the way of life. If you want to increase the possibilities of staying where you're at, living in the community you want to live in, remaining as healthy as possible for as long as possible, technology is playing a more and more important role every single day.
That's right. I want to challenge the people who remember the day that they had to get out of the recliner to turn the TV on and off or change the channel. It's that kind of revolution that we're dealing with. Tomorrow is going to be a whole lot different. And thanks to the community coming together like we did with this collaborative, we will be prepared for the non-remote controlled TV. Can you imagine that day where you just think about what channel you want it on? Steve, thanks for everything that you guys are doing as senior services to really make the world and our seniors prepared for the world. And of course, our partners at Westminster Canterbury, EVMS, and Birdsong have really kind of put some magic together. So take advantage of it and check out the phone number that's on this link. Steve, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. Take care.
Keep in mind, stay safe and stay connected. Thanks a lot.